Hello and welcome. I'm Julio from Symmetric IT Group. We're excited to be partnering with TeleVoIPs for this webinar today. We've been working with TeleVoIPs for about 10 years now, and I'm super excited about this webinar because as an IT company, it's always nice to work with partners that take innovation and change and adaptation um, on the same course as us. So, obviously IT is always changing, technology is always changing, and it's nice to partner with someone that follows course. So we're really excited to walk through some really interesting tools that they have and ways that they can help businesses improve the way we communicate. So whether any of you guys out there are managing a remote team, maybe scaling a location, or just trying to keep up with the growing call volume, uh, TeleVoIPs can handle it all. And with us today from TeleVoIPs is Steve and Bree. So Steve, if you want to kick things off and do a quick intro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for the kind words, Julio. Steve Cox here with TeleVoIPs. I am the sales manager here, and I've been a part of TeleVoIPs since about 2014, right before we got engaged with Symmetric. So really happy to be here today and show you guys some really cool cutting edge technology features that we offer, sell, and support. So thank you all for joining today.
Yeah, hi everyone, and I'm Bree. I'm the outside sales rep here at TeleVoIPs for Hillsborough County. I've been with the company for about a year and a half, and yeah, I'm so excited to have you all here today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into our manager portal. This is what we offer to our clients so they can kind of manage their entire phone system. So, I'm gonna do a quick screen share here so you can see. I'll talk briefly a little bit about it. So this is the portal. This is the central hub of our phone system. We just call it the TeleVoIPs manager portal. And this is where business owners and managers get complete and full control. You get complete visibility in real time, see who's on the phone, who's missed a call, average talk times, anything that's going across your entire organization. So instead of digging into reports later, you have a live dashboard that gives you updates instantly, right? So you can go right from here on the screen. Obviously, on the right side, you can see who's on a call, who's not on a call, who's available, and things like that. But you can add users, change call flow, reroute calls without ever even picking up a phone to call support or emailing in. So you're in charge of the entire system, which is great. It means faster changes, more agility, and ultimately a better experience for your customers and your team.
Steve, is this something that like from our side of things that we can manage ourselves, or like what parts can the client manage and what parts would we need to call support for?
Yeah,
Bree, you want to take that one?
Yeah, businesses can control pretty much everything. So updating
Nice.
usernames and create ring groups, assign extensions, call forwarding, voicemail settings, adjusting BLF keys on hardware. So I mean, anything in regarding to changing call flow can be done in just a few clicks. So there's no need for, coding or any sort of long wait time for calling support. You can just log in and make changes yourself instantly. It's actually designed so you don't need to rely on support for every small change.
Okay, nice. That's sweet.
All right, we're going to jump into the users portal here, Bree.
Yeah, so moving on to our users tab, this is where your phone system can grow and evolve, and you can quickly make those changes. So when you land into this tab, you'll see a clean and organized view of everyone on your account. So right away, you can access key details like username and extension, department, site. You can see that here, and also their access level. So this makes it incredibly easy for office managers or admins to quickly find someone regardless of where they're physically located. So if you do need to make updates like changing a name or update any sort of login information, or even reassign extensions, you can do it all right here from the users tab.
Absolutely. So it's real simple. Just jump in here. You can add your users like I was just showing. And you can also show what you want to in the columns here. I don't have everything shown because it really makes the screen large, but you can kind of pick and choose what you want to show and it'll adjust for you. So it's really nice to be able to make those updates seamlessly. And we'll jump into the auto attendant. And in the auto attendants tab, you'll see this is where you set up your automated menus, your IVR, where you can hear, when they call in, they reach your business. Think of it kind of as a virtual receptionist. This is where you'll have the greeting that's professionally done, and it's all in the right place, right? You can create multiple auto attendants depending on your business size for different locations, things like that. And so you don't need a live person to transfer calls. We can help build this for you, or you can have the ability to build it yourself with a little bit of training. And so here you can kind of see I have some test auto attendants built out. I can add an auto attendant right here, just call it whatever I want to call it, right? Give it internal extension, and I can select a time frame for it. Maybe it's Monday through Wednesday, or it's default, or during a holiday, and then you can just add it right here, which is kind of nice. And then also, when you go into the auto attendant here, whoops, let me pull one up here. And you can see how you have your test name, your recorded greeting. You can create different menu prompts here. You can do text to speech. You can just write it out and choose which voice you want to hear. Right now we have Anthony, but if you want to hear like Faye, you can put it right here, listen to it, depending on what you want to, put in your little greeting, save it. And then you can create your different, press 1 for, billing, 2 for support, 3 for tech support. And it's very simple. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So you just kind of go in here and set up your options of what happens if nobody presses a key? Do you just hang up? So it's right here, all at your fingertips. Makes it really, really simple. You can create multiple auto attendants, like I said before. You could have a day greeting, night greeting, holiday, after hours, things like that. And then you can assign different time frames, which is really nice. And then, overall, basically, the theme of this, it puts the power back into your hands. If you want to make a quick change, you can do it right here, or you can send in a support email to us or call support, and we'll do it for you. It just really makes you a little bit more efficient, more agile to be able to just get right in here and, set it up the way your business needs to have those, be able to route those calls for you. So it's pretty slick.
Yeah, so moving on from the auto attendant, we're going to go right into the call queues. So now that we've set up the attendant, which guides callers through their options, now let's look at where they actually go, which is the call queue. So in the auto attendant, you might have created options like what Steve said, press 1 for sales, 2 for support, 3 for billing, etc. But when those buttons are pressed, the system needs to know who exactly should be taking those calls. So that's where call queues comes in. So this is where you build these groups, and here you'll assign specific extensions to each of these groups, right? So this ensures that when someone presses 1 for sales, they're not routed randomly, but they're actually sent straight to the right queue. And this is your designated team where members are ready to help. So you'll also get to decide how those calls are distributed. So do you want the call to ring everyone simultaneously in the call queue? Or do you want it to ring in a specific order? So really the sky's the limit. You have total control over your call flow. So while your auto attendant directs people into the system, the call queues make sure that they land in the right place.
Okay, now we're going to jump into timeframes here. Timeframes makes it really simple to control exactly when specific call rules and greetings are active. So your system always aligns with your schedule. That's whether it's during business hours, after hours, holidays, or anything in between. So creating a time frame is really easy. You just have to give it a name. I've created a couple in here. I created one called Easter and one called Monday through Friday. And you can see the little options here, like when does it go off? And it gives you a little informational piece right here as well. Your recurrence, does it end? Does it run forever? You can add your time frames right here. It's simple as just creating the time frame, giving it a name. Maybe you have one for business continuity, it's hurricane, and you say it's specific date because maybe when the hurricane's coming, right? So you can go in here, and which I wish we could do that, right? So you go in here and put all the parameters that you need. So it's really, really nice. And then you can attach, different greetings for this as well. So it's built in. You do it right here, and if you need any help, we do that as well. So it's a simple email to support or call, and we can help you set up your time frames. We get really busy around holidays, making sure everyone's got their time frames in order. So it's something that we like to really help our customers do that, because sometimes they forget, depending on the holiday. But it's really right here. It's point click, and then you do it. And then if you have any issues, we'll definitely help you with that.
Can I interject with a quick question?
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of customization that you can do. So let's say someone's coming in to work with you guys. They have a lot of this stuff figured out, and maybe they have it in
Yeah.
like a swipe file because they've done it with another provider. Coming over to you guys. So if I came with you, I say, hey, I have my file of all the things that I need my phone system to do. Can I just hand it over to you guys and you guys set it
You
up for me?
can. Yeah, we'd rather do it that way as well. They can. A lot of clients or prospects at the time will export, their music on hold or their scripts or their, everything, and we'll take that and just rebuild it out for them on their behalf. And we have a whole kickoff call process where we kind of go through, hey, do you want to make this update to your music on hold? Do you want to make updates to your auto attendant? Those are very common things that we'll do in advance, make sure it's done correctly, build it out, and then kind of show it to the client before we even go live, right? We have a full install training and all that good stuff. So, and that's a very common ask, from the prospect. Hey, I've got this set in stone for the last 15 years. We might not be able to import their, older Led Zeppelin music, or, if they had a CD player plugged into their old phone system, probably can't do that. But we do have a million other choices, and we'll touch upon that in our music on hold and our recording studio. But good question. Okay, speaking of which, I think we're going to jump into, let's see here. We got our, whoops, let me move this out of the way. All right, so we have our music on hold. Talk a little bit about that. So with this feature, you can customize the music your customers hear when they're waiting on hold. You can upload your own audio, creating a more professional and branded experience for your callers. And so here, I'm kind of showing the music on hold. You can basically go into your domain and upload whatever you want. So if you want to add your music and you have a WAV file or some sort of audio file, you can kind of go in here and browse to it, find your music, and wherever your music is, let's pretend it's that, and we upload it. And then you can add different messages. You can do a text to speech here, select what voice you want to hear. Just do a little test here, and you can play it, make sure it sounds good. If you don't like Ian's voice, you can change to Brian or Claire or whoever you like. Or you could upload something. Maybe you have something already pre-recorded from one of the third-party professional recording companies out there, and you just browse to that and upload your recording, right? And then once that's uploaded, then you can put it in place after you enable it. So it's pretty nice. We'll touch a little bit more on music on hold with our recording studio feature a little bit later on, but it's, if you want to use your pre-recorded commercial or our music, that's absolutely fine. And then we also have kind of a repository or a library of choices as well. So just it kind of depends on each use case for your company, but it's all right there.
Beautiful.
Great. So moving on to the call history tab. This isn't just a log of your past calls. It's where you gain visibility, insight, and control over your entire business communication. So at a glance, you can view key details for every call, including, caller ID, name, date, time, call duration, all that good stuff. But you can also filter your call history by date range to quickly find exactly what you're looking for. So when call recordings enabled, you can play recordings directly within the portal, or you can download them for indefinite storage. You can add notes about each call, and you can share recordings internally, say for training purposes. So yeah, thank you, Steve, showing that right here.
Yeah.
I have a question on the call history. What are you guys seeing on ways that some business owners can use like call history to like make decisions or analyze? Like, how are they analyzing this and using it?
Yeah, so by listening to call recordings and reviewing notes, business owners can truly assess the quality of customer interactions. So calls can reveal moments of confusion or missed opportunity, inconsistent messages, all that good stuff. So owners can use those insights to identify training opportunities. It allows them to coach team members, refine scripts, and develop a stronger, maybe more effective communication skill across the whole board.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's huge. That's great data to acquire.
For sure.
Oh yeah, especially with the the AI power tools that we're offering, and we've been offering for a little bit for a little while now. I get really excited about this because these are insights that we never had, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to review calls and kind of go through them and figure it all out. It was just kind of a mess, but now it's like right here at your fingertips, which is really great. So instead of just storing the recordings, the built-in AI transforms them into actionable insights. So it automatically detects the key topics here. You see like flower order, funeral arrangements, call quality. Those kind of get tagged by the AI. And then we create easy to read summaries as well. So you can kind of see a summary of the call transcript, the topics that were talked about here. And here's another bigger one. Let's see here. Let me pull up this one. So you see the speakers, a phone called in, it looks like hit one of our extensions, and it rates the sentiment. Was it a positive call, neutral, any negatives? And that would be a flag, right? If you saw something negative from your customer service team or your sales team, right? And then you have the full summary right here. So it tells about who called in and what the agent talked about, some key, things like that, and the topics right here that were discussed. Call quality, demo, email. And then you have the full transcript, right, of the conversation. You can play it, listen to it right there at your phone or your headset. Or you could copy a piece of it and paste it and send it to somebody. You can download the transcript of the entire call and send it to the appropriate manager. Oh, look, here's a positive. It says, we love Symmetric. That's kind of wild. It's right there. Yeah, they're great. We trust them with all our IT stuff. Yeah,
I'm sure you guys get that a lot.
No, it's great. I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say this is awesome because I've seen this a lot with obviously there's a lot of like note taker AI that jump into meetings. I've seen it in Zoom and Teams, but it's awesome that you guys have this attached to TeleVoips, which is great. I mean, just even on a phone call, we can get some of those same insights and not have to. Because I think for a while, for people who are already using something like this, they're kind of pushing Zoom and some of these bigger, that way they can use AI and get those insights. But it's nice that they don't have to avoid the phone call or anything like that to get that. So are you saying like I would imagine a huge benefit to like managers, say maybe sales managers or executives when they're looking at this, to have access to those summaries.
Yeah, I mean, for managers, it's about, staying in the loop, right? So and they don't want to waste their valuable company time. So instead of listening through, full recordings and have to click through them, you can just scan the summary to capture the key points, which is nice. So whether it's overseeing your support team or tracking sales related conversation, or just making sure, important follow-ups aren't being skipped. It's just a great tool for documenting promises or commitments that are made during calls.
Gotcha. So do you guys integrate with those like virtual agents that I mentioned earlier, or is like how does that work? How do you guys handle that?
Well, currently we don't offer direct integration with the AI powered virtual agents. We absolutely support businesses that use them. Of course, through our flexible call routing, we can easily forward calls to your virtual agent platform. We have a lot of clients out there that have their own platform already, so we can forward calls and have them forward back. Companies out there like AI companies to come to mind are like Slang or Amelia, and they're popping up everywhere, right? And once the integration and interaction is complete, we can route calls back to TeleVoIPs, right, or to your call flow automatically. So it's not native today. It is on the roadmap to have that, built-in virtual agent AI, integrations. but we can work with the client that already has that, or we can make suggestions on which companies are really good that we work with. And our goal is to make sure that the AI-powered agents are more common, obviously, and we'll continue to be right there with solutions to meet the evolving needs. Because they're changing daily, right? You're seeing this every day, something AI, right? So we want to be right there, not on the coattails, but on the bleeding edge of the technology, of course. So
that's awesome.
Let's see here, and we have block numbers. I think you might know something about this. This is a pretty cool tool. Customers used to call us up, say, hey, we get these 1,000 calls from this telemarketer, can you block it? And we would do it for them, right? Now they can just come in right in here. And what's Symmetric? What's your number again? Just kidding. We're not going to block your number, right? So, or you can import, like if you have an Excel, right, or CSV file, you can import a bunch of numbers right here and right into the block number screen. And you'll just have a list, right? Or you can send us an email. We can block them for you, of course. We just basically do it on your behalf. It's not a problem. But it's something that we see a lot, right? And I think you guys have had a little experience in that too, right?
Yeah, this was great too, because we actually submitted a feature request for this, and then shortly after it was rolled out. So that's been a game changer for us. It's really simple to use, and it's just easy to block those unwanted callers.
Right. Yeah, we love it. All right. So, oops. Let me see here. What did I click? Wrong thing. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about, I mentioned this before. It's the recording studio. We've had this, I don't know, Bree, what do you think, about 6 months, I think, or maybe a little bit longer, and it's evolving and with AI, of course, the evolution is pretty amazing. It's a built-in tool to let businesses fully customize their greetings, their menus, their hold messages, all without requiring any outside help. You don't have to have a third-party professional voice, actor, voice professional to do your recordings. You can do them right here with AI. So it's all right here in this portal. And so just so you can kind of see, I got this URL, right? Is that right? Symmetricgroup.com. Like if Symmetric was a lead for us and they wanted to see a demo, we could kind of come in here and just click on this, and the AI does the work. It takes a little bit of time, but it basically scrapes everything it knows about Symmetric Group, right? So it does its search, and it kind of starts the process of building out your recordings for you. So it kind of shows you Symmetric Group, what they offer, language, a couple of adjectives that describe your company, managed IT, cybersecurity. And I didn't have to get this from Julio or John, right? I just put in the URL, and there it is. And if we like those answers, we accept them, and it comes up with a recommended voice. So we have Piper in here, but if we don't like Piper's voice, we can change Piper to something else. And you can see we have some drop-down choices, different languages. We have Cassandra, Christopher. Let's say we like Christopher, and we accept him, and then we can jump into the next part. And it generates your messages. Hey, you're through to Symmetric Group. Well, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, it just does it for you. You might not want to say you're through to. I think that's more of a British or European slang way of saying it. But you can adjust this. You can put in whatever you'd like, and Anthony or whoever you use, Piper, will speak those words, right? So, or you could just do your own messages, right? So you just kind of go through and fill in the blanks: emergency messages, closed messages, public holidays. It's kind of endless. Typically, you'd pay a third-party firm to do this kind of stuff for you, but here it's really at your fingertips. And basically, you just kind of go through it. You have your on-hold messages, the commercials you want to play when people are on hold or they're parked or they're sitting in a queue waiting. And you can disable some. You can randomize them. You can change your music from Calm Mind to something else, maybe Led Zeppelin or AC/DC or something I would like to listen to. But go in here and choose it. So it's really neat. I can get lost in the recording studio and come up with some really cool stuff. Probably not professional, but I still love it. But it's right here at your fingertips. If you need help doing it, we can work with the customer or partner or whoever to help them build it out. So we love it. It's amazing, and it keeps getting better.
That's awesome. I think that's huge because sometimes the hardest part I mean, for me, maybe because I'm not a creative, but the hardest part is like starting and getting that first draft of something done.
Yeah,
So this is just like, I mean, you got your first, second, third iteration, and then you can kind of just take it
yeah,
from there. That's pretty cool.
it's crazy. Yeah, it's wild. And you can get help, you know, it has a built-in help thing, but we'll also work with you to make sure it's done right, right? So,
And then so I see you can toggle you so you can after you create all this, you toggle which ones you turn on and off, and
yeah,
that's awesome.
absolutely. Yeah, if you don't want that one or you want that one, you can randomize them, you know, and you can change it. That's the great thing. You can just go in there and change them as needed if you're doing a holiday special or some kind of cybersecurity deal or whatever it is, right? Just it's right there. Pretty cool. All
So
right. Go ahead, Julia.
yeah, before we wrap up the manager portal, what are the most common like support requests that you've been able to eliminate? Because I feel like this was super like, I mean, I feel like I can go in there and take care of everything myself if I wanted to. So what have you seen that you've been able to like eliminate or reduce because, with the use of the portal?
Great question. I'm going to say probably the call routing for after hours. So those adjustments for holidays, scheduling, in the past, businesses have had to contact support every single time they want to make a change. But with the timeframes tab that Steve was showing you earlier, businesses can do it themselves in seconds. So if it's, holiday greetings or sending calls to voicemail after close, instead of having to call us, every time they make a change, I think that was probably the biggest game changer for us that I've seen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just getting lost in the time frames. It's such a big thing, because we get so many calls and emails about it now. Those have been reduced, to a fraction, which is really cool, and enables the customer just to do it, right? Obviously, our door is always open to help out. Simple call or email, and we'll take care of it for you. I'm going to jump into our virtual switchboard, which we really love because at a glance, as you can see, and receptionists love this, call center directors, managers, sales managers, you can see who's on the phone, right? If it's too much green on the screen, then you can run out there and tell everybody to start making more calls, right? So right here, you can see available, people that are not on the phone. You have, this one's offline. And you can see, if someone's on a call, like this one's on a call, this one's on a call. I'm sorry, this one's in a meeting. Dwayne is on a call. You can see the caller ID. And this is permissions based. So, the receptionist won't be able to see who the C-level, C-suite people are on the phone with and all that good stuff. But it's great for managers to see their agents, right? See what's going on. And so, it's a real-time visual tool. Gives you full control over your active calls. The receptionist loves it. It's kind of a receptionist view. So if you have multiple monitors, you can just have it kind of sitting up there on your other monitor to kind of view what's going on. And with just a few clicks, you can also take calls with this and you can make calls with this. So you don't have to have a phone at your desk. You can actually make calls right here. If you have a USB or Bluetooth headset, you can. We have a dynamic parking lot as well. When calls are parked, they'll start to populate in this area here. But for this demo purpose, we have the Steve's Amazing Queue 9999. We have our Park 2 and our Park 1. And you can, filter by different departments. So you can say, I just want to see tech support, right? Oh, we don't have anyone in support. Maybe someone's in sales. Oh, we have a couple salespeople, billing, or you could just look at all. Right? You can change different sites if you want to go to your remote location, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. If you want to check a different site here, different country, and this will work anywhere, right? It doesn't matter geographically. So as long as you have access to the internet, you can see it. And you can take calls here, and you can actually take a call live, and you can transfer by dragging and dropping a call directly into one of these tiles. So you don't have to pick up your phone or transfer or park or assisted transfer, any of that stuff. You literally just take a call and you just drag it. So I don't have a live call here. Obviously, this is for demo purposes, but once secretaries or receptionists that take a lot of calls, office managers, once they start using the virtual switchboard, they never even touch the actual phone on their desk in front of them. Because typically you'll see a receptionist have a big phone with multiple sidecars, right? So it looks like this huge device. It really eliminates that. Or you could have both. You can still have the devices in front of you, and you can have your virtual switchboard. So we love it. It's pretty cool. And we'll transition over to the web phone here. And Bree can talk about for a second here. Let me pop that up.
Yeah, so similar to what Steve was just saying about the virtual switchboard, that you don't need the actual equipment in front of you. Same goes for the web phone. So it's basically your entire business phone system right here in the browser. So it functions just like your desk phone would. You can see here Steve dialing outbound. But beyond day-to-day use, it also serves as a reliable backup. So if you're traveling or dealing with, say, like an internet outage at the office and you can't go in, or, we all saw hurricanes. So in situations like that, you're able to just log in from home or wherever and have your entire phone system right here on your computer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like it because, you can change your status, you can go offline, you can, end your shift, you can log out, be in a meeting, and then the call center director or manager can see your statuses, right? So they can see if you're offline or not on, if you're at lunch or maybe forgot and they can see that you're still online, but you're not, then they can remind you, you can change it. Project time's a big one. You can see your own stats for your extensions that you're a part of, which queues you're in. So you can kind of see your own stats. This is basically a replacement of your desk phone. So it's right here on the browser. You can pull up all your contacts right here. And it's pretty nice here. And you can search for them by just typing in something like this, and then you'll get anything with AL in it. And then you can also filter by extension or change it by, not filter, but change it up, the view. First name, last name, who's online, who's not online. You got your whole call history for your extension, right? You can check your voicemails right here. If we had a voicemail, you can read it. It's transcribed, right? So you don't have to actually call in and put in your code and that stuff. You can see who's in park. Right now, these are empty. See my amazing queue. You can change your answering rules. Right now, I have it always set to ring these extensions because maybe I might be I have 3 different phones, one at the house, one in the office, my mobile app. So it can ring them all, right? So it can track me down. You can create your own greeting here for your voicemail box, right? And record your name. And you can change your settings if you need to for, different headsets, microphones, test everything. A lot of things that you see here are just like in our mobile app, but it's right here on your Chrome browser. So it's pretty amazing. We love it. Okay. What's next here? We have, let's see here, web phone. Then we're going to jump into the SMS portal. A lot of people know about texting, right? And now you can text from your business phone number, your main DID, or any number that you have with us in your business. So you can send text. A lot of people use the mobile app for that, the texting purposes. You can actually use your email to send text. Pretty crazy. Or you can use our web portal here. And I just kind of pulled this up for a demo. If you can see this screen, it's kind of small fonts, but here you can kind of see for my direct dial number, I can go right in here, see my messages. I have 129 messages in here, mostly read. I have some unread ones as well. So I can see them right here and I can respond to them right here. I can flag certain text messages that I need to get back to, just like email, right? You can do a full text search. So if I was doing a message and I needed to see who I talked to that one day, maybe it was TeleVoIPs, it'll kind of filter down from there. Or if I'm looking for, maybe I need to find Faye, nope, nothing there, nothing in marketing. But, you could filter and search for what you're looking for, right? And then if I want to do a new message, I just do it right here. I just put in the phone number right here, and I type in my message. And then I can, if I want to do upload a picture, like an MMS, I could do it right here, like an amazing gift card. And then I can decide if I want to send this message now, or I can schedule the send, on the calendar and send it, at a different time. Or I can go in here and I can create a template from this if I wanted to, which is nice. We have a lot of clients that use SMS for marketing campaigns to send out, smoothie of the month to their 1,000 subscribers, right? So it's kind of nice to have that ability to do it. And then you just send it, right? And so you can manage all of your SMS literally right from this screen. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. I mean, this is a very simplistic view. So anyone that wants to kind of demo the SMS, please let us know. You create your contacts, all your lists, all your templates are here, your auto replies, which is really cool. I don't know if you guys know about the auto replies. It's where if someone calls in, they can get a menu prompt on the auto attendant or IVR to start a conversation using texting only instead of, calling in and waiting in the queue and things like that. So you can create your custom auto replies, all the campaigns for marketing. Like I said, you can build your campaign right here for your marketing. So you just say what number you want to send it from, the name of your marketing campaign, and the message itself, right? Test. And you can choose a template to attach to. You can upload a list of people. You can have an Excel sheet full of phone numbers. You can just upload right here and then schedule it and blast it out, whenever you want to send out that campaign. So it's very dynamic. And like I said, there's multiple ways. Most people use either this or they use the mobile app, or they use email to send and receive SMS, which is really cool.
In your opinion, why do things through text versus, like, let's say email or just a phone call, like some of the more traditional?
I didn't believe it, but SMS has a 90% open rate. It's wild. Emails, and we've seen that, personally through the business, and we've seen it with marketing emails. Which ones are opened and click through and all that kind of stuff. And it's so much lower. Emails like 15% if you're lucky, and not everyone answers the phone, right? But it's
Sure.
instantaneous. You see that text come in, you might not act on it, but you got it, right? It's right there on your phone. And so it's that 90% open rate is really the key. And so customers are signing up for SMS all the time, which is amazing. It's less intrusive than a phone call. It's more direct than an email. When you're sending a reminder, providing an update, or answering a quick question, business texting meets your clients right where they are, right? They're on the phone in real time. And that's why more and more businesses are turning to texting for that quick, effective, communication. That's what we're seeing.
Are you
Great.
guys?
So,
Can I ask one more quick question?
yeah, of course.
And this a little off the cuff, but are you guys considering using AI bots in those text messages, or is that something you're already doing?
Well, we're using AI bots, for support, like on our website, but for SMS and texting, it's more of a roadmap thing right now.
Gotcha.
And you've seen a lot of regulatory things going on with the campaign registry, with texting.
Yeah.
There's certain mobile carriers out there will only send your messages if you're approved. These governmental controls with the campaign registry. So we manage that for our clients to make sure that when they send a text, right, that it's going to hit T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T, any of those MNOs, and it's going to get sent to the endpoint, right? So, that's what we do now. Any AI connection to that or integration, that would be kind of a roadmap deal.
Gotcha.
Perfect. So real quick.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead, Julio.
No, I was just gonna ask if can managers also monitor, like, the usage of the text message? Like, I know for the phone calls you can see all the history and all the details. Is that something that you can see on the text too? Like, a manager can go in there and see the text communication?
Yeah, you can have unlimited users on our platform to kind of, theoretically, unlimited users or extensions assigned to manage those text messages. You can obviously have a sales manager, owner, a C-level, to make sure that those messages are being answered and replied to and things like that. But yeah, complete oversight for sure by the managers on the SMS platform.
Gotcha.
So real quick, I know we don't have a ton of time left, but I do want to show you our mobile app. So similarly to the web phone, the mobile app allows you to have a fully functional, business phone right on your cell phone. So you can make and receive calls here. You can go on Do Not Disturb, say you're on vacation or something, you can go on Do Not Disturb really easily, just so you're not getting bothered. You can check your voicemail from here. Your call history, it is integrated from every device. So the call history from my mobile app is going to be the same on my web phone. I can view those calls as well. Desk phones, those calls will be here as well. Quick dials, I can save, so I can easily park calls as well. So right now I have myself and Steve as my quick dials, but I could also save a parking spot. So then I can transfer a call directly to park from my mobile app too, quick and easy. Our contacts, we integrate with Office 365 and Google. So you can sign into either of those depending on where your business contacts live, and you can have all of those show up in here as well. And same goes for the web phone. And the texting, we can do that right in here as well. So real quick, just wanted to share that with you as well, as they do come with the extension. So you would get the web phone and the mobile app as well.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's jump into real quick branded caller ID. Share my screen real quick. This is another big thing that's out. Obviously, branded caller ID or BCID is becoming a big monster on itself, which is a good thing because no one answers the phone, right? So, we have to adjust and start texting, right? Or how do we get people to answer the phone? That's the toughest thing when 90% go unanswered, right? So with branded caller ID, you can display your company name, your logo, reason for the call, or generic information. Branded caller ID makes it much more informative. It's a much more informative experience for the person that's receiving the call, right? And everyone's seen it, robocalls, spam, unknown, and a toll-free number comes in, you don't answer, right? Well, this helps solve that problem. And it's in its earlier infancy stages, I would say. Obviously, T-Mobile is the primary carrier MNO that's working in the BCID space. Verizon's coming soon. So is AT&T. And once they're all on board, it'll be great. We've been onboarding customers, seems like every week now for branded caller ID because their number one complaint is no one answers the calls, even when it's a scheduled appointment. We have a lot of, like HVAC companies or pool companies that trying to get in touch with their client. The client's not answering because it says unknown or it's a toll free or whatever.
Right.
And with this, as you can see in the example, like Alta Vita, they have their logo uploaded. The reason for the call says customer service. Maybe they might answer the call, right? So it's that's the whole idea, right? To build the trust, security and spam reduction, increased answer rates. So it's just the trust that matters, or people aren't going to answer the phone. So we're really excited about that. People are signing up. They're tired of people not answering the phone, and we're just trying to get back to that. Those days where people actually answered the phone, right? And it wasn't a robocall or auto dialer or spam or whatever you want to call it. And it's actually the person that is supposed to be calling you. So I think it's gonna be a game changer once all of the carriers on board, and it's and everyone's got the it does require you to have the some updated iOS on your Apple devices and certain Android devices, which we have a list that we'll be putting on our website. But as long as you don't have like a BlackBerry like I used to, or a flip phone, or a Razor, well, actually it does work with some Razors, but then you'll be good to go, and hopefully that'll work.
I was just gonna ask if there's any issues with like some phones working, some phones not, or some carriers working and some carriers not.
Yeah, the Nokia 7800 won't work, but the
I used to have one of those.
Little slide phone. No, I mean, but obviously the technology, most people get new phones every few years, and soon everyone will have the ability to get these logos uploaded and things like that. But as long as it shows the name and the phone number, it doesn't say potential this or unknown that, or even from a toll free, as long as it shows a toll free, like in this example, Trust Bank, shows a toll free number in the logo. I mean, maybe you'll answer the phone. That's what we're hoping, right?
Yeah.
Build that trust.
No, that's beautiful. I usually don't answer a call if it starts with 877, 800, 8 something. Unless it's 813, which is local here in Tampa,
Right.
I just don't answer it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and that's why this is coming. So we're just hoping Verizon jumps on board, and then AT&T, and then everyone will at least get a trusted call, right? They can answer it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we are. So real quick, I did put in the chat. I added my email to the Q&A in case there are any lingering questions. I want to respect everyone's time. We did set it for 45 minutes. So if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to grab my email, shoot it over, and then I'll work with TeleVoIPs to get any questions answered. But I'll let you guys wrap it up with any final thoughts, any final remarks.
Yeah.
Well, Julio, thank you for joining us.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry,
You know,
I'm bad at stepping on toes, you know.
you're okay. You know, if you want to deeper dive into any of the features that we covered today, please, like Julio said, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be sending out additional resources after the webinar, so keep an eye out for an email from us. But yeah, thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, no, ditto that, and we look forward to helping you guys with answering any questions or with your communication needs. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll. Appreciate your time.
Beautiful. Beautiful. One of the questions that I did receive in the middle, I'll just let you know, just to tell you guys, we do obviously a lot of our clients already use you guys, so we kind of want to set up, you know, ensuring that there's like a ongoing like training or support, or hey, we added a new feature. So you guys already do that. It's just sometimes it's just a matter of making the connection. So you'll see some communication from me on that as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Like I said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be putting some of this information on our socials, and yeah, we're looking forward to the next webinar. And thank you, TeleVoIPs, for kind of giving us a rundown and showing us what the future of our phone system should look like.
Absolutely. No, we appreciate the honor of working with you guys. It's been amazing over 10 years, and let's keep rocking and rolling. We love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Take care.